I'm guilty today of coming on without that much content to bear. You did really zero content. I'm just waiting for the audience to chime in and see if any trolls or anybody with some actual thoughts on their mind that want to share it with me got something to speak on. I guess what I can speak on is the insects outside. I just been doing my research. I found out because I had a spider web. And I remember the last week the spider was alive and it was protecting the egg and it had made this thick. One thing about down Georgia, cuz this shit got this is a bird's paradise. No wonder Jesus say the birds fly down south of Georgia for the winter. Nigga, I never had seen the cicadas. I used to hear them shits every now and then in South Florida, every now and then, but you had to be out by the Everglades to hear it. But I never seen them. Nigga, I see these bitches during the daytime now. I spot them. They'll fly past you. I almost had, bruh, in a matter of 5 minutes, I had a yellow jacket that kept flying by my feet. I had to research that because I thought it was a bumblebee. I know about Georgia Tech yellow jackets and shit. Even still, all my life, I thought that was a bee. I never knew it was a wasp. You feel me? So you learn something every day. So this bit was flying by my feet, and they kind of scary because they fly real still. Like they fly, they careful with their movements, but they fast as hell if you swipe at it. So I had that going on. I had about the spider. The spider sewed this heavy web. It laid an egg, and then there was look at this shit. This is what you call a cicadas. Now, let me show you the cicadas real quick. This bitch right here is called the cicadas. That's the shit at nighttime. And when the bitches get big, they really disgusting. It's like nothing cool about that animal. Like some things you can say, okay, I see its purpose, and like, look, here go another butterfly. I guess that's a good thing with the butterfly though. Look at this bitch. He You got moths, you got butterflies, you got cicadas, you got spiders, you got velvet ants, which is wasps that look like an ant. I think the male can fly and the female can't. Is or either vice versa. You feel me? And then what other? You got big ass ants, fire ants. You got little ants. What's up, everybody who just came in? I'm just rambling because I ain't got nothing to speak on. Y'all give me something to talk about. Only other thing I would say is the message I got for today is be nice. You feel me? When you out in public or you on your job, be nice. If you got a job that you supposed to service people, meaning that you provide a service, be nice. You know, like it's so easy for people to get complacent in their job. Thank you, Marion Salon. Bless you. Appreciate that. And give a shout out to you, boo. And so just be nice wherever you at. Just be nice. You know, I seen some bad acts that people did today who provide services, and I was like, man, we gotta love each other. Not even just love each other. We just gotta be nice when we on our job. You feel me? Like you don't have to love nobody, but be hospitable. And you said hi. I appreciate that. You got me kind of blushing. I feel good. I knew I was looking good, but you just validated that, and I appreciate that you did. And you know what I'm saying. And then somebody say, "Oh, bruv." Man, y'all something, man. Yeah, but yeah, what y'all? What's up? What's the conversation, man? Give me something to speak on. Because right now, I'm just stalling until Candace Owens come on, until the local news come on. It's like it's crazy cause her time slot. I'm a big fan, and I like to catch it live. But it's like, damn, the news is on. I'm like, I'm an old young dude. Like I got that old man behavior where I just want to get the information. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm in that kind of situation. Anyway, man, like, what's up? Y'all ain't got no topics for me to talk about. I feel pretty good. A woman just came in here. I'm assuming because it could be a bot, but I'm assuming and just said you handsome. You feel me? Or silly cat say she's something light. I appreciate that, man. And well, damn, I definitely appreciate that now because now I know where I get my light from. So to Marion Salon, you sound handsome. So go ahead and like, man. Subscribe. You can see my face a lot. That part. But y'all ain't got nothing to talk about though, cause I ain't really got nothing to speak on. I just decided to go live cause I'm just stalling until 5 p.m. You feel me? And I just carried the little message of let's be kind when we out in public, and when we deal with each other, especially in the work capacity. You feel me? That's all. You know, I seen. I don't really want to expose some things, but I seen two bad things that happened today with two people who work with a job where they supposed to serve the public, and one of the bad things actually happened to me. You feel me? And I'm a talk around it because I don't want to put my business out there. I'm gonna talk around it. But I'm gonna explain something. So something was happening today, and in the midst of it's happening, I'm going somewhere, and everybody was already out the way. But somehow, some way, this dude wait till I get to talking to the person who, and then he talking about, hey man, let me pass. And he said, I'm a big fella now. Like meaning that I gotta get all over, bro. I ain't gotta get nothing. You gotta wait for me. And that's the thing. When I go out in public, I try to be cordial and nice. I don't try to be no bear. But a person never gonna. We just gotta be hospitable. You feel me? You never know. Some people being nice because that's their way of not effing nobody up. You know. So that's like don't take people kindness for weakness. Never. I know that's an old cliche, but and so anyway, I tell him, bro, after I finish speaking with this gentleman, you can pass me, fam. But right now, I waited till everybody was out of the way just to address this guy. And now you come trying to muscle me or whatever the case. And so he waited, and then the conversation dissolved. But guess what? The person who I was speaking to wasn't nice to me at all. He wasn't, he just, I just leave that at that. I'm going to go to the second act. The second act was somebody else I witnessed immediately after that, maybe 20 minutes after that. It was a woman to a young woman. She did the young woman so bad. And she was so nice to me. That's the crazy part, you know. Like she was the lady, the older lady was very nice to me, but she was very mean to this young girl. And I just, in my mind, I just kept saying to myself, bro, we got to do better, like, as people, like, especially we just gotta do better, man. Especially for folks who be on their job. Don't get a job that you gotta deal with other humans and provide some kind of customer service if you pissed off about something. You know, I remember a job asked me one time. They said, "Will you bring your problems to work?" I told that job, and I actually ended up turning that job down. But what made them want to hire me was, I said, "Let me tell you something. Not only will I not bring my problems to work, if a coworker brings their problems to work and I sense that there is a problem, I'm gonna remove myself because I don't show up to nobody's job to risk my freedom. I show up to make money. I don't show up to nobody's job to be, one thing so funny about life, everybody who make money, I'm talking about y'all can make the same amount of money, but different people do what they choose to with their money. Some people drink up their money, smoke up their money, shop up their money, whatever the case may be. By these different life choices provide different lifestyles. So you can be on the same job with somebody and you doing so much better than them. You have to remember this in life. Not that you looking at it like you're a better person. I'm just talking about how you're doing in life. And so I'll be damned personally if I was to risk myself on anybody's job because somebody brought their personal problems to work. I would remove myself and just find another job. And so they was impressed by my answer, and they immediately sent an offer like, hey, da da da. But I had some other things going on, so I would had to respectfully decline. But that's just how I feel though. Anybody working in customer service or anything where you deal with other people, speak with people as if you value that job. I find it. I ain't had nothing to talk about, but now I got a little something to ramble about. They talking about the job market and outlook is been bad right now. There's no jobs and this, that, and the third. And the way certain people act on their job, you would be like, I can't tell. They operate with a level of arrogance, like they don't think they could be fired. And some to some degree, some of them know that I'm showing the labor in me. And trust me, I gotta really boss up next year. I gotta boss up and have my shit together where I be running my own business. I've ventured into that world, so it ain't like I made it in life and never tried doing my own business. But it ain't it's cut and dry. It's a lot of losses. Shout out to Dane Dash, to take losses or whatever. But I'm just not willing to try to take no losses like that. Having said that though, um, I think that as the laboring in me, I always wanted when I show up to a job, I look at the Google reviews. That'd be the first thing I do, and I use that as my litmus test to show whoever the supervisor or management my worth. I said, hey, look at the reviews y'all was getting before I came, and look at the reviews y'all have got since I've arrived. And it's usually positive. I'm not even the type of person. Some jobs I did that where I say I request a review. I be like, hey, leave a review. I don't request it. If you do your thing and you go over and beyond and you treat people nice, they'll go out their way. The same way if you treat them like shit, they'll go out their way to leave a bad review. If you do the opposite, sometimes they'll go out their way to leave a great review. And that's how I always measure my success on the job and my effectiveness and whatnot. But I see that YouTube got me. I ain't gonna say I don't want to blame it on YouTube because I'm just now learning these bots and shit. This shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Like this bot, like this pay for. They got payola on the radio. They got they got screens now where people buy screens. But everything is even since before streaming and radio became what it, I mean, the internet came what it came. I didn't know they had people used to call into the radio stations and radio labels would pay people to call in and request a song. And just all these different things they be having. So it's like when I look at it in that aspect, I say to myself, I'm like, what's authentic? What's organic? You know, so I can't say that, man, damn, cuz like YouTube, why y'all doing me like this? Y'all ain't doing me like nothing. My audience is my audience, you feel me? And I prefer real people anyway, so that's what I'm standing on. Hey man, I'm dressed. I look good as hell today. Like I'm dressed. Should see what I got on, but I ain't gonna stunt. But I just want to say that, all in all, man, I'm blessed, man. And I leave that at that, cause can't wait for this Candace Owens show to pop off. Maybe that'll give me something to speak on. Um, um, see what's popping in the news. Um, that's that, man. I don't feel like being controversial or really talk about nothing major. I'm rambling, so let me get off that part.